And welcome back to another Python episode. In this episode, we're not going to be talking about Python basics or the tutorial series. We're actually making a project today. And for the first project, I wanted to keep it a little simple and I'll explain everything. We're going to make a background keylogger. And all that is like while this program is running, any key you press will be put into a text file, and yeah, you could like go back to it. Maybe if like someone's on your laptop, you could check it. And yeah, it's just like a cool little project. So let's get started. And with this, we're going to be using one module. It's called pynput. And so how you do it, just go to command prompt, do pip install pynput, just like that. Boom. And I already have it, so it's going to say already satisfied, but it might take a little longer. And then when that's done, make a new Python file, and then you're going to import certain things. So you're going to do import or from py input dot keyboard import listener. Yeah. And so this is what it is. It's just a listener that's going to listen to your keyboard and the keystrokes on your keyboard. And so first, let's make a function. It's called on release. So on release of each key. So def on release, just like that. And then we also need to import key like that on release, and then you're gonna put key right here. And let's just pass this right now. We don't want this right now. Okay. And so now how we're gonna start the listener is we just go with listener. So now you created a listener, and you're gonna set one of the arguments is on release, and then you're gonna put it to the on release function, just like that. And you're just gonna take that off, and then as listener. Boom. And then you're gonna do listener dot join. This is just the syntax that you're gonna do, and then so now it's connected. So you join the listener, and each keystroke you put in when you release it, it's gonna start this function, and then this key right here is the key name that you pressed. So you're gonna let's just test it out. So print the key. So we're gonna run it. I'm pretty sure this should work. So let's see. If I type M, it'll print M. P L, like you see what I'm talking about? And if I there's certain characters if I press tab, it's gonna be key dot and key dot space, right? And key dot control right control. And yeah, so we're gonna have to put that into account for our keylogger if we want it to make if we want it to be more professional. But first, I just want to do with the characters first with the quotes and remove them. So first we have to check. And here we'll do this. So first I want to make another function or another variable. So key equals the string of this key. So now this is just in string format. And first I want to check if there are quotes here, right? And so if there are, we want to take them out. We don't want the quotes. So we'll say if key 0 is equal to the quote. So if the first character is a quote, we want to take it out. We'll say key is equal to key from 1 to 2, I'm pretty sure, like that, and then we'll print the key to make sure. Print key. So go boom. Yeah, so now it's just D, D, F, and it's removed, and that's just what the key is. And then we'll do the backspace now. So we'll say if key from 0 to, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to key, we could just do from 0 to 5 because we want to remove the dot, right? Equal to key dot, we'll go key is equal to key from, I think it's from 5 to the end. And we'll print the key to make sure. Print key. So we'll run it. So obviously if we have the characters, it's gonna be like that. Press space. Huh. Okay, wait, I think we'll go 4 now. Okay, there we go, there we go. There we go. So now if we do the characters like that, if we do tab, It's just gonna say tab, not key dot space. Control is gonna be control R. Okay, now we have this variable formatted correctly for the key dots and any characters. I think let me just make sure if we do numbers, yeah, sevens are fine now, and like numbers are fine. Perfect. And I want to do one more thing. I want to create a text file on my desktop, so I'm going to do that really quickly. So I created the text document, and all we're going to do is we're going to put it into a path variable, path equals, and recording projects, and I think it is key listener.txt. It's whatever text file name you have it. And so you just have it, you have the path of the text file in a path, obviously. And so start it like this. And I want to import one more thing. It's called datetime, and it's just gonna say the time, the current time. And to install it, I think it might already be installed, but if not, just do pip install date time. Oh, there we go. Now we have date time. We go. And so all you do to import is from datetime, import datetime. There you go. And all datetime does is I'll show you a equals if you go datetime dot now. There's many functions you could do with it, but I'm just going to use this one. So just saying, all right, you're going to import use this variable from datetime now, and then strf time is how you want the time formatted. Do you want hours, minutes, seconds, days, month, year? You could do percent %h, comma, percent, or how do we want to do this? We kind of, we could have month, we could have day, month, year, and time. So we could have the whole thing. So we could go percent %d. If we go print date, how would that work? Okay, so that prints the day. So day backslash month backslash year, and then space, and we'll have the time. And so there'll be hour and minute. So percent, I think H, like that. We'll see how that does. So 15, okay, and then we'll have the minute, like that, percent M. Okay, so right now it's 1550 or 350. So it's January 1st, 2025 at 1550, and it's gonna just keep printing whenever. So how we want this to be formatted in the text file is it'll just be like key pressed, or it'll be like pressed at this time, and we'll say the key or something like that. So how we'll do it is we'll make another variable. We'll say final text. We'll just have the string, so we'll just put it into the text file is equal to pressed at, and then we'll have like this, and we're gonna plus date. We'll have str date. Or honestly, we'll just yeah. So we're gonna do like this, and in front of this, we'll just say the key name. So we'll just say key plus pressed str key. Pretty sure like that. So I'll just say like for example, if I press P, it'll be key and then pressed at this, and we'll have a couple spaces like that. So we'll have a colon pressed at, and this is the date. So the final text that will be in our text document will be like this. So if I press hello, we H pressed at this, E pressed at this, pressed at this, pressed at this, O pressed at this. And that's how it'll work. And we'll have to make sure to put a backslash n so we can go to a new line when we open the text document. And so we're just going to open it. So F equals open path. And now we're going to want to use the append function. So we're not writing a new one, we're just adding to it. So we're going to go A. F dot write final text. And F dot close. There we go. So now when we rerun this function, it's going to format the key the way we want it, get the current day and hour and minute, put it in a final text, and then write it in the text document. And that's exactly what we want. So if we run this program now. It's gonna type it into the file. So we'll say hello world. It doesn't even have to be in the command prompt. It could literally be anywhere. It could be in Google. It could be anywhere. So we'll say this like it's my Google search history or whatever. And then yeah, that's so we typed it. We'll type anything. We don't have to do anything more, right? We'll just close out of this, whatever. And you could keep this function running, honestly, but you don't have to. I'm just gonna stop it. And we'll open up this text document. We'll just have it right here. And we'll say, and it says hello world. And this is where we typed it in the command prompt or whatever. And this is where we said my search history. Our program is like 90% done, but I want to add just one more thing to it. And so we have this text document, right? But let's say we just keep this running. Let's say we want it to run on startup in the background for like ever, right? This text document is going to get pretty dang big. And it could slow our computer down. It could just be it could just take too much storage up, and this could be a problem. So what I want to do is I want it to once it gets to a certain amount of lines, it deletes the earliest, like for example, 1,000 lines. So if we get to 10,000 lines, we'll remove the first 1,000 and we'll keep the latest, right? So it just deletes the oldest and keeps the newest, obviously. So I want to add that, and I'll explain as we go because it's still a little confusing. So obviously we're just going to keep it still writing, and I want to add a little more at the end. So we're going to open up this thing one more time. So we're just going to copy this, but instead of appending, we're just going to read. And then we're going to say lines is f dot read lines. And then we're just going to close this. And so we're going to do this. If lines, or if length of lines, so this is how many lines you have. Like it depends which one you want to do. Let's just say 10,000, for example, is greater than or equal to 10,000. Now we want to delete the last lines, right? Or the last, for example, let's say 1,000 lines or 500 lines. So we'll now say lines is equal to lines from the 1,000 to the end. So when it starts at 1,000 to the end is what the lines are. And then we're just going to rewrite it to the function, right? So we're going to open this up again. But now we're not going to be reading or appending. We're going to be writing. So we're not adding like 9,000 more lines. We're just rewriting it, but without the first 1,000 line. So we're just going to write f dot write lines, and then f dot close. That should be it. Oh no, we have to do a for loop obviously because there's a bunch of lines. Yeah, yeah. So we're going to do this. So we're going to do for line in lines f dot write line. So this is obviously an array. I forgot. This is an array of all the lines. So we're gonna have to do an array for each line, and then we're just gonna write it, and then we're gonna close it at the end, and that's what will happen. So let's do. I'm just gonna copy and paste all of this until it gets to 10,000 lines, and I'll show you what happened. And then here we'll just do a print statement saying, meaning like this condition is fulfilled, and we can see print lines first 1,000 lines removed. And I'm gonna put 10,000 lines and then I'll show you guys. All right, so all I did was just copy and paste those first lines that you showed, and then now we have 10,000 lines, or around 9,973. And so let me just do a couple more. I don't want it at 10,000, so we could get to 10,000 through the code. Let's just like delete these. So we have like 3 more lines we have to type. So we're gonna close out of this, and then we're gonna just use the code, and this should work. And it should go down to 9,000 lines. So we'll just say just anything. Okay, so we just type last, and first 1,000 lines removed. So now instead of 10,000, it should be 9,000 lines. So what we'll do now is go to the file. This is all the copy and pasted stuff. But now if we scroll down and we do this, it should be 9,000. Now it's at 9,000 lines instead of 10,000. And so all this does is it just saves storage on your text file, because like you might not need keystrokes from like 20,000 lines ago, but maybe you just need the earliest one. So this is just a way to save storage and just keep the ones you need, and then removing the old ones. And yeah, that's basically it. And if you are trying to actually use this, you could change the 10,000 lines to 100,000 if you need that much more, or change the 1,000 to 500 or anything like that. So you could just keep saving storage if you'd like. You could make this 10 lines and it'll just keep on removing the first 10 lines instead of 1,000. And that's basically it, honestly, for this code. I know it's not too many lines. It's not even like it's like 30 max, but it's just a good starting project. And if you could put this on your startup folder, and when your computer starts up, this is always running. And so you'll see now whoever's using your computer, and if they're lying to you, you could just always check this text document. And that's basically it for this episode. If you have any questions on this project or anything, just let me know in the comments below. I'll be quick to respond. And that's basically it. Have a good rest of your guys' day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.